Hello YouTube and YouTube viewers, it is Cody Williams again, and today's design is going to be Poppy from Trolls. This is one of my newest designs and I've been using it pretty consistently in restaurants and at work. It's kind of a mix between speed and details, so it's basically mixing my Santa and my Tinkerbell design to give it that troll hair look as quick as I can without breaking, editing, and putting things back up and down, up and down, up and down. So this design is going to require 2 pale blue 260s, 3 rose 260s, 1 red 260, and 1 red 6-inch heart. We're going to do 2 sidewall bubbles in that. So hopefully you guys can sidewall bubble. So let's do it. So for the dress first, this one's going to use a pale blue, and you're going to give it 6 fingers of a tail. And stretch the balloon after you do it. 6 fingers of a tail. And stretch the balloon as you do it. Okay, now we're going to do 2 small loop twists. I'm going to twist it off directions to kind of lock. You're now going to do a bird body of about 4 finger bubbles. So you're going to bubble, bring another 4 finger bubbles back up, and bring another one back down. You have the dress. Now the rest of this is going to be 3 equal sized loop twists. This can be a little challenging. So you're going to do guesstimations, but basically the first one is a little bit more than a third because the air is going to push forward, and then you just, the last one go right down the middle, and you have the dress. Now tutorials, if my YouTube tutorials go a little bit quick, it's because these are kind of meant to be so that other artists that have been twisting for a while can just follow along and twist with, kind of like a balloon jam online. If you're just starting out and you found my channel and you're having a little trouble keeping up, or they go a little too fast and you don't understand terminology I'm using, I don't go through them every single one because I've gone through it in previous videos. You could just watch 8 years of videos, or you can get the 0 to Pro DVD that's going to be in the description somewhere, and that goes through every technique you're going to need, and it uses terminology that I use. So here's the dress, plug over. I swear it's only because it's Cyber Monday thing. Alright, next we're going to get a rose 260. Let's do everything but the head. We'll do the whole arms and legs too. Blow this up to about 6 fingers of tail. You're going to break a lot of this off again. We're doing the exact same thing we did for the minion arms in the previous video. So you can do a loop twist, got 2 fingers, an ear twist. This is one hand. This time I am going to give it a little pinch twist. Now that's what I meant by terminology. I call these ear twists, I call these pinch twists. That way there's something to call it so I can just say it and you know what I'm doing. So now we're going to do, this is a forearm elbow. We'll do a bicep, a rubber arm. So here's one arm. Now we're going to twist this into the dress. Now I'm going to twist a bubble, and like before, I'm going to wrap the pink and the blue together while holding the pink down. So I'm going to hold this bubble in one hand, these 2 are put together, create an ear twist. Now the next shoulder is the same thing. Make a bubble, twist it around. And position a little bit so it looks a little nicer. We're going to pinch it again and recreate this arm on the other side. So it's the exact same to the side. We're going to tie off when we're done. Like so. So here's the top half. Now we're going to do her legs. And we're going to do a little bit bigger of a loop twist followed by an ear twist for the first foot. That way it's a little bigger than the hand. Now, however long the arms are, I'm going to get a little bit longer for the legs. Yeah, so it's a little bit longer than the arms for the legs. I'm going to take that twist in the middle, I'm going to pull it through with those loop twists and on the bottom. After I pull it through, I'm going to twist both legs so it's really secure. And then going to make a leg the same size on the other side. Followed by a loop twist, it's the same size as the other foot. Followed by an ear twist. So you should be here. Now you could break it off and be done. I like to make it a little bit more stable by taking a 2-finger bubble, attaching that to the other feet, like so. The foot is that. Now the rest of this you can just break off and tie off. Now for breaking, I encourage you the Flare DVD versus the 0 Pro DVD because it goes over all of the breaking. If you have trouble doing that break, I have other breaks. So, here is the dress for Poppy. This dress works for a lot of other characters too. So you can kind of see where I'm going with that. Now we're going to start with the Gumble Junk. Okay, the Rose 260 blowed up, kind of the same amount. You're going to break a lot of this off again. Just regular 6-finger amount. Now, first time I did this, I used ear twists for the ears, but trolls have a lot bigger ears, so I started using loop twists instead. So this one, do a small loop twist, and I'm not always about locking things, but I'm going to lock this one. So do a lock twist so it stays secure. Now you're going to do a 4-finger roll for the forehead, another loop twist. Now here's where I like to lock twist at because I don't want to struggle too much. Now, if I put too much tension down to here, this loop twist might come undone. And so what I like to do is hold on to this and don't let go of this ear so it doesn't come undone while I make the back of the head. Now I haven't let go yet. I'm repositioning myself, and now I'm making a longer bubble for the bottom for the chin. So if this was 4 fingers, this is 5 fingers. Like so. And then it comes back, and now it's not going to come undone. Now technically I could break this off and done with it. So when you're doing a troll, if this is the head design I use for a lot of designs, I would use this tip for the nose. Since the trolls have different colored noses, you can use this design for other trolls, at least the head at least, and just use different bodies. And use a different color that matches the troll. That's why we have the red 260 for this design, is only for the nose, it's for nothing else. So, we're going to, why not, break it, but hold it here so you don't lose it, and wrap it around the other ear and back, and that beats doing a knot. That way it's less in your way to do Sidewall Bubbles. So here is the troll bottom of the face. Now the next part is probably one of the harder parts. Oops. I'm back. Don't lose focus. Okay, autofocus camera. So we're gonna blow up the heart. So when you do it, put your hand in, forcing the air into the lobes. Now after I've done this, I want to make it a little softer, so it's a little more, workable. And after this, I want to tie the knot, but I want to do a really, really, really soft knot. So after I finish the actual looping of the knot, I pull my finger out, trying to keep the knot as close to the nozzle as I can. And then I'm going to grab the nozzle itself really fat and chunky and slide it even further toward the nozzle. So I have this area I can fill the balloon into. Makes my life a little bit easier and need it for the hair look. Now, I'm going to do 2 sidewall bubbles. Now, to do a sidewall bubble, I don't know if I've explained this before, I'm sure I have, but you basically are trying to twist off a piece of balloon, and I'm going to hold a thumb on one lobe of the heart while I hook my other hand on that area so it can't go anywhere but into this lobe. I'm going to twist off a bigger section than you think you need, and I'm going to shrink it by letting some air out as I finish the actual twist, making a little ear twist. Making a little sidewall bubble. I'm going to wrap that into one of the ears, like so, and I put them both on one spot. Now next one, you do the same thing. Now I have to keep both of the reds in the back on the same spot. Just consistency. Squeeze the air into the into the neck. And I have to curve a little bit as I do it. And this is exactly how I do Santa hats and like gardening hats. But works good for their hair too. Now, her headband thing. Oh, I need a new pale blue balloon. Woman. Alright, so, for her headband thing, it's technically green and blue, but for speed's sake, we're going to use just pale blue. And we're going to wrap that. So, I'm going to do a series of bubbles and ear twists until I have enough to get to the other side. I think 3 should usually do it. Yeah. So do 3 ear twists and 4 bubbles. This will look kind of like that little head thing she has on, except technically these should be green, these should be blue, or vice versa. Normally different colors, but speed's sake. Artistic liberties. Squeeze the air so it's soft, pull back around, and connect to the side as a regular, just back. And that's all you need for that side. The rest is all done, you can take it off. Instead of tying it, I'm going to bring it from ear to ear, just wrap it. And now for her nose, you could have used the pink if you're in a bigger hurry, if you really want to add the red, because some kids will be that way. Technically the noses are round, so you could do the poodle tail at the very end, or you can do an ear twist in the very beginning and save some excess. So that's up to you. I'm going to show you the ear twist way. So Want a little more. Okay. Do an ear twist. And after you do the ear twist, do what I call a penguin knot. And you tie the balloon to itself. There's a million names for that, I'm sure, but it's called penguin knot. So now this is tied, so this ear twist isn't going to go anywhere. You have that more troll shape of a nose. And cut the excess off on the end, leaving this string. You're not going to need this much string, but just, you can cut more off later. So you're going to thread this through the troll face, like so. Next, you're going to, I hold the dress facing the audience, back on me. I'm going to use these two fingers, my middle finger and ring finger, to kind of hold tension against the balloon, while I wrap the string around the whole area and cut off the excess. If I'm pulling tight while I cut it, I have a condom cutter on my waist. So if I pull it tight while I cut it, or break it, or however I do it, it'll kind of snap in and hide. I then just position the rest and let tension do more work for me. So, this is the troll design. Now for the face, I do have some pens still, good. If you have a pink pen, it works really good for the makeup, but an easy way of drawing this, if you're not artistically talented, I am not, but I like to just show you what I draw, and you can see why a lot of times I use stickers and things like that. I use the quick links with the pre-printed princess faces on them all the time just because I'm really bad at drawing. But something you could do is just draw two white circles, and bigger doughy eyes are always cuter. And I'm going to outline them by doing two upside down kind of U's. I'm going to draw a straight line to connect them. I'm going to draw kind of an eyelid, and then I'm going to draw the pupil, eyelashes, eyebrows. When you draw eyebrows on balloons, make sure you draw them on the outer side so it doesn't look like she's angry. Although I kind of can't see my eyebrows because my balloon's covering it for a while. Now, I think she has pink eyes. I don't know, but the mouth, we'll get to that. This is how I do my princess lips. She has more open mouth, but every time I give an open mouth and I add teeth, she looks like she's growling. So I'm just gonna give her a princess face, where I'm just gonna do a oval out of a red. And I'm gonna do a smile right through the oval. And then I'm gonna do like, kind of like an M with flared off starts. So go up, up, and over. Gives that lip. And then just trace the bottom. And that's the face that I draw for princesses. It's kind of like, it's very, very pouty, lipsticky look, but it beats just a smile, I guess. Now, if this were, even purple would be nicer. Alright. So, this would be a darker pink, but I just want to be purple just so you can see more makeup look. And that gives her, as you can tell, I don't know much about makeup at all. That part of the makeup girls wear. It's not mascara, it's not eyeliner. I don't know. One of those things where I can braid balloons but I can't braid hair. Alright, so that's just kind of the little face I draw on her. Now, sometimes there is that little thing that goes right here. You could cut a balloon and just tie the scrap around right there. If you want, you could just draw lines coming up a little bit and make something like hair. I typically don't, just because they kind of know what it is. And the less I draw on the balloon, the better it looks, as you may be able to tell. So, this is my 5-minute or less poppy I use for events. So, you guys have a great day today, a better tomorrow. God bless you guys, have fun, and I will see you next time on YouTube.